Hi, everybody. Kyle Austin, Matt Wenzel, auth-kylausti-auth.com. We're here at Little Caesars Arena, a day ahead of Michigan State's NCAA tournament opener over Bucknell. Just saw some open practices, and obviously a big thing going to this tournament, I think, is that obviously Michigan State's playing at home in their home state. We saw a couple thousand fans here, and my indication is I think they're going to get a pretty good turnout here.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if this place doesn't sell out too much for hockey and basketball with the Pistons and Red Wings, but you got to imagine this place will be close to full, if not full, this weekend, with Michigan State being just less than 100 miles away from, there's no reason not to sell tickets.
Right.
You got Purdue here too, so there should be a good crowd here, and I'm sure Michigan State will have the lion's share of the fans.
And Tom Izzo, being Tom Izzo, was worried about, you got family and friends close by, there's potential more distractions, but I mean, history has shown that teams that play close to home do pretty well here. So I think it's going to end up being a pretty strong advantage for them. Obviously, they're going to be favored pretty heavily in both games, but I think it's just an extra little boost for them. Talk about Bucknell a little bit. You spent some time with their players. Talk to them a little bit. What's kind of their mindset heading into this thing?
They're not just happy to be here. I mean, the average person probably doesn't know much about Bucknell basketball. I got to admit, I didn't about it 5 days ago, whatever either. But they're Patriot League champ, and they were here last year. They played the tournament last year. Similar situation. They were a 14 seed this year. They were 13 last year. They played West Virginia, 4 seed in the first round last year, and they almost beat them. I mean, they lost by 6, I think it was. So they're not just. I mean, Michigan State's the obvious favorite, but Bucknell's not coming in here just to play, just for fun. They have talent.
I think that's big for them, and Tom Izzo pointed out, he said the dreaded words Middle Tennessee earlier this week, but I think it's an apt comparison because you look at these guys and they're going to have 4 players on the floor at any given time that can hit threes. And that's the sort of thing that's given Michigan State trouble over the years, is defending. I mean, I think they're better off now because they got Jaren Jackson, who can defend out to the perimeter better than other 4s that they've had, and they're pretty mobile. But, I mean, a team that shoots threes that well is obviously going to be a challenge. So I think you got to chase these guys off the three-point line and make them beat you other ways. I want to talk about some of the more specific matchups here, because I think Bucknell's got 3 big guys that you really want to pay attention to. Point guard Stephen Brown. I mean, this guy's 15-point-a-game guy. Pretty small, but it looks like he's pretty quick and good.
Yeah, watch some film of him. He's got that can penetrate and get to the basket. You're going to have to stop the ball at any level of basketball, and it's going to start with him, and then you go from there.
And they go on the break pretty well, too. And Michigan State hasn't played a whole lot of teams that run it really well. So I think transition defense is going to be big, and obviously he's going to be a guy that's leading that.
And they look for the trailer, too. I think what Tom talked about is the trailer, which a lot of times is Thomas, if I'm not mistaken, and there's the three-point threat coming in there, too.
I think biggest guy to slow down for them is Zach Thomas. He's their 4. Him and Jaren Jackson are kind of going to be the biggest one because they both can kind of trust the 4 a lot, like we said, shoot threes. And, he's Patriot League Player of the Year, led the league in scoring and rebounding. So whoever gets the better of that matchup, Jaren Jackson versus him, I think is going to be a big key in this one.
Yeah, and he's not going to shy away. I mean, he averages 20 and 9 a game. Smart guy, too. He's a biomedical engineering major. He's got experience as a senior, but he said as far as matching up with Jaren, he obviously knows he's talented and 7'4" wingspan and all the athleticism. But he cited it. I'm a senior. I should have an edge in experience. Hopefully that works out in my favor, and I want to take advantage of the mismatch in my favor in ways that it benefits him.
I think if you're Michigan State and you want to have the best player at any position, you're going to take the 4 because Jaren Jackson is your best defender. And you look at some of the guys he's matched up against, going back to Bonzie Colson and some of these guys. I mean, Jaren Jackson shut down some good 4s. So, I mean, not to take anything away from Zach Thomas. He's a great player. Could do very well tomorrow. But I think Michigan State has to like that it has Jaren Jackson guarding their best player. And then the third guy, another double-digit point scorer, their center, Nana Foland, if I got that right. He's another guy that I talked to Nick Ward about him this week, and it sounds like he's more of your back-to-the-basket post guy, and I think Nick Ward likes that because certainly we've seen bad matchups for him where he can't really defend well and he's out on the floor. I don't expect that tomorrow. I think we're going to see a lot of Nick Ward because I think he's going to be able to defend one-on-one this guy, even though he's talented, and he's going to be a challenge. I think one-on-one it's going to work out well for Nick Ward, and Michigan State wants to get Nick Ward going. Talk about a lot of touches this week, so I think we're going to see more playing time and more offensive touches for Nick Ward.
Yeah, kind of a quiet finish to the season for Nick as opposed to last year. And last year he was big. He came up big in the early rounds of the tournament. The opener against Miami, he was like 8 for 9 from the field or something like that. I mean, he helped spark them when they went trailed early in the opening round last year. And yeah, I would think you would like that matchup for him this year if it's just really staying in the post where he's not guarding Mo Wagner on the wing on pick and roll.
Well, I'll do it here from Little Caesars Arena. A ton of coverage up at mlive.com/Spartans, and we'll see you tomorrow, 7:10 p.m. tip-off on CBS. Thanks for reading.